Hello viewers, Sun Service here, back with another Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts video, which I'm just going to quickly type into Twitch chat that follower only chat is not on. Follower chat is not on. And then pin that message. Manually unpinned or at end of the stream. There we go. So, yeah, we're back with the Italian campaign. I moved on a turn just for reasons, and our second attempt at attacking Ethiopia, the first being at the very start of the campaign, almost 2 decades ago, in game time, failing. This one, though, seems to be going a lot better. Also, off stream, I gave each individual major warship, so CL upwards, their own designations. Destroyers, fuck that, there's too many of them. But yeah, as today's episode is stated, we're more than likely just going to be doing loads of refits, which the first refitting that is going to be done is going to be to the light cruisers, the Africanos, and the light cruisers except outside the Sicilies, because the Sicilies are obviously brand spanking new off the line with all the latest technologies. Raviolis as well, I believe, are free from having to be refit. Oh god, what was that fell? Nothing important, he says with uncertainty. But yeah, we can now get twin turrets on these things, so these things will be refitted to equip twin turrets of the 6-inch caliber, more most likely. But because of reasoning of that these ships originally didn't come with twin turrets, I'm only going to do it as sort of the Italian way we all know and love, where only the lower turret gets updated to the twin turrets. So basically the Italian way of twin, single, twin. Or I'm gonna remove that gun entirely. Remove that gun entirely, and then use the weight savings from the less than barbarian torpedoes to make those twin 6s. Or potentially... yeah. Electrohydro, don't know why they weren't that initially. Citadel 3 is still the Citadel, because add an extra hull to the extra bit to the hulls. Set up, reinforce the bulkheads even more. Electrohydraulic steering. Balance the boilers to save more weight. That gets updated. That also gets updated. And those get updated. Yeah, you're already okay there. Make these super long range. Adding more bulkhead divisionary and 2 inches there. An inch added there. Conning tower still only splinter protection. 0.5. And then that goes to 1. That goes to 0.5. Yep, that's the Africanos on their refit. Completed. Now the Claudios here. They've got a better reserve of buoyancy than the previous class because of the fact that they were built with more modern technology, but I'm still going to do the removal of that central turret. But reasoning this time is different. The Claudios here are getting up-gunned to 7-inch. To 7-inch guns. We have become the Soviets, and we're using 7-inch guns in our cruisers instead of 6. Inch. Oh yeah, these guys can have upgraded shafts. Betterment to be steering gears. Better stuff there. Better stuff there. Better stuff there. Yeah, better stuff there. Right. Cordite, no. Then that as well as more weight reduction. That as well. Electro-hydro turreting. Better coincidence. Better hydrophones. Better depth charging and better mine laying. This thing is going to be given the full 6-inch belt and a free fore and aft belt, 3-inch main deck, one fore and aft, I mean. An inch there. Conning tower is going to stay the same. Inch there. 0.5 there, and then 0.5 there as well. 7 to 5. 7 to 5. Right. Your range will actually be the same as the similar in range to the refits to the Africanos. So yeah, we sent our destroyers to major rebuilds, and now we're sending our light cruisers to major rebuilds. Possibly next on the major rebuilds list is the Benitels, but they already had a massive rebuild back in 1913, I think it was. Well, I have to check the date of their latest refit because that was the date of their massive rebuild. which the date to their massive rebuild is when they got updated from the 12-inch guns they had to the more modern and much more powerful 14-inch guns that they currently hold in their barbettes. Which obviously did have to be expanded in size. Yep, so the Venetos did indeed get their refits in 1913. And the Africana refits, the class that I am unable to pronounce the name of, did indeed get their refittings. Well, were built in 1913, and Africanos obviously got the last refits in 1913. Which then, shortly afterwards, we went to war. Or, well, yeah, shortly afterwards is when we went to war. Okay, so yeah, we already got rid of the old designs there. How are our docks faring? I say we can refit the armoured cruisers as well. Oh yeah, these ships here. They're the armoured cruisers, as I mentioned. Two classes that I'm just about to refit, which they were both made as experimentations to see which way the armoured cruisers would go, and then that idea would be produced more. The idea that worked the most would be produced more. That was the original intention, but then we got battle cruisers, which then the battle cruisers cancelled the majority of the ships of both classes. First things first, in this hull, the better tower there is being placed. Red Tower 4, that's already the best available. We still have quite a load of weight remaining. Why were you given electrical steering? I don't remember why. Don't care to remember. Relation. I've got a song by this band called Extreme stuck in my head. It's called He-Man Woman Hater. Sooner or later you'll be a He-Man Woman Hater. Yeah, reduce the number of turrets there, but increase the barrels of what turrets we keep around. Well, these things are really regarded now as coastal defense. Actually, this design is going to be deleted. That design is not going to... this one isn't going to work as a refit. It's unrefittable as well, so... Yeah, our two armoured cruiser designs are done for. I should also mention as well the Veronas are done for as well, because it's with a heavy heart I had to say that the Veronas were scrapped. Well, one of them was. But because, as I've mentioned before, this Italian Navy has a Department of Naval Historical Preservation, which takes one ship of each class. But public and crew opinion were split 50-50 on whether Pandora or Monica would be survived. So it was decided that both ships would be kept as museum ships. Both in different reaches of the Empire, of course, but... yeah. One of them, I'm just going to say, has been designated ceremonious. There's the ceremonial role of being the Panama Canal guard ship of sorts. Yeah, I got rid of the correct battle cruisers. So yeah, move on a turn. Oh yeah, we did also get 16-inch guns in the one turn that was skipped. If I didn't mention already. And oh my, the Americans have that much ships? Okay, I'm glad I never attacked the Americans when they had that many ships. Or that my attacks against America didn't actually last that long, considering the fact I just kicked them out of the Caribbean, and then they were like, okay, we'll give you a peace treaty. Which, that peace treaty actually did effectively kick them out, because I took Guantanamo off that, which by that time was the only American holding in the area I did not take over. I know what I'm going to go for next. Who I'm going to go for next. If possible, because right now it seems that the game wants me to go to war with China, which I do not want. As it means I have to base ships in the Pacific and have Pacific holdings. No, what I want to go against is the only major nation that has any say, well, one of the only two major nations that has any say in the Mediterranean that we haven't kicked the asses of. So that would be either the Brits or the Spanish or the Spanish. Which one are we most likely to go to war with of the two? The Brits. Okay. Turn on those. So that would be a new battleship in a turn. Or should I say a new hull for a battleship in a turn? Sooner or later you'll be a he-man woman hater. It's inevitable. Sorry. I've just been spending too much time recently listening to Extreme. And if you're like, who the hell are Extreme? Well, their most famous song is a song that isn't even their sort of style, which is, if I remember correctly, More Than Words. Saying I love you is not the words I want to hear from you. Oh god, now I started singing More Than Words. Right. So these guys, the Giovannis, tempting. It's tempting, but no, I think Venetos would take those guns, as the Venetos are really the ships we've been using to test out new calibers of guns for our navy. Yeah, the casemate 3.1s are being replaced by 4-inch. Actually, hold on, no. No, if they're going to be replaced by 4-inch, I'll wait a couple of turns to the updated 4-inch guns before doing it. I have a viewer here. Viewer, if you do want to post anything in chat or something, please do look at the pinned comments, so then you are aware you do not have to follow me to do said posting in chat. As I do like viewer input on stuff because it means that I don't set off those people who are possibly like, oh, this campaign's not good because you don't take viewer suggestions. But also as well gives me a thought of what viewers want to see as well. Like, hell, if I remember correctly, the Drakes were done to viewer specifications. Yeah, they were. But yeah, I'm gonna await refits till the new. If I go into the research here and show again quickly if it will work. I'm gonna wait 2 turns till the new 4-inch guns. But also as well, with the new 4-inch guns, they could be used as secondaries on new battleships, because I've got new battleships coming up. Well, new battleships hulls just now, so there's going to be new battleships coming up. No, I should start with that extreme song. Well, it's a loading screen, so regular viewers probably already know what I'm going to start doing whilst waiting for this loading screen to be over with. Oh god. That up. Ah, the Germans are going off to Zambia now, it seems. You know, I'm just gonna put this down. Put the Dutch cards down. Yes, I name all my instruments, and I've given that one its particular name because of the person who actually helped me get it. Who is an author of a book called Dutch Courage, and so I decided, just as a bit of a thank you to him, that I would name the guitar after his book. They want an order a Ravioli class battle cruiser. No, you cannot give you a Ravioli class battle cruiser. Sorry. One turn for those 4s. If I deprioritize, it's 2 more turns. So, yeah. 1 turn on those 4s. So, in August Moon, surrender to a dust cloud on the rise. We will design the refits for the Venetos first. We'll do the Venetos first, then new battleships. Then we'll do refits after the Venetos are done. And if viewers are smart enough in terms of actually knowing New Romantics music, more specifically The Wild Boys by Duran Duran, they probably would have realised what sort of reference I made when mentioning it turned to August in game. Which then, viewers here, if there's any, well, one. But I'm also speaking on the YouTube side of things as well, because this gets uploaded to YouTube afterwards. Knows me a lot. They know I'm an unlikely massive fan of Duran Duran. And mention the Wild Boys quite a lot. So yeah, we control southern Germany. I've just remembered that. Oh no! I think that's the battery. Good thing I have the backup. Good thing I have a backup here in the I'm an Eddie head. Yep, just place that there for right. It'll be fine stored there. There we go. Right, my bit of comedicness out of the way. Let's carry on. So, next war I want to fight would be against the British. Although there's a possibility it might be the Austro-Hungarians. Right, so first off, we'll design our Vittorio Veneto refits. Which I'm just thinking, the Venetos have, so far, gone through one massive reconstruction already. They're gonna go for another one and have 16-inch guns put on them, so 16-inch guns and then 4-inch guns put on them, so this is what their second massive reconstruction they're gonna have. And it's again bringing their guns up another 2 calibers. Yep. Centerline, 16-inch triples. Oh my. Benito has unintentionally possibly become the most heavily armed ship in the Mediterranean. Okay, maybe I went a bit crazy with the triples. Twins instead, maybe? Better idea. Maybe I went a bit crazy going the... Oh god. Right, and remove the 16s as they so appear. And then casemates get ripped out. Casemates here that are threes get ripped out for 4s. Yeah, re-add in those twin 14s. .1-inch guns. They were fun while they were still there. But times are changing, nothing stays the same for the shoebox generation. And then I've now just made a Quiet Riot reference. For those of you who don't know who Quiet Riot are, they technically are a one-hit wonder, but what I mean by technically a one-hit wonder is that they had one album that was popular and then everyone really just left them after that. Like, left listening to their music after that, which one sort of really popular album is Metal Health. And no, it won't drive you mad. Hang your head, metal out will drive you mad. Yeah, you get the better crop, better stuff there. An extra hull, basically. around your original hull. Better stuff there. Already the best available that we have, and I'm not allowed to use turtle. But should I disobey that rule I made of not allowed to use turtle back because of its overpoweredness? We'll have to see. But we haven't got 16s on here anymore, game. So shut up about 16s. Yeah, 14s. 14 to 10. 14 to 10 there. Our belt here is being up to 13.5 inch on the mains. 3 on the fore and aft. 4 on the fore and aft, why not actually? 4 on the main deck, 2, 2. And then the rest of it go into range. It could if I make a bit more of a sacrifice to something. And 2-inch top, 3. Yeah, the Venetors are only going to be out of turn. 14-inch 58 caliber guns. The Americans. How can you get 58 caliber guns? We barely even got 50 cals. That's with their main caliber turrets being 16-inch and not. I should mention, we are trying to still rebuild our merchant fleet from our losses in the German war that we had. Which, although our transport cap is not horrible and everything, we're squeezing out as much of it as we can by turning our entire ocean liner fleet into ocean liner cargo ship mixes, the passenger cargo ships. Turn there for quite a lot of the refits, and then we have a 400,000 ton dock yard we can work with, but in terms of shipping capacity, but on actual tonnage of ship we can build, we have well overdone the largest size that the largest hull of the Italian Navy in the game has. So, well done us on that front. Dreadnought 5 is basically a worse than everything but well, a whole form worse, but some better than Dreadnought 4. No, we're going to go straight to the modernised Dreadnought's hull. So, for right now, bulkhead standard, range maximum, speed 30 knots. Speed 30 knots using geared turbines, oil driven. Armour is corrupt 4 with a 14-inch main belt, 14-inch with 5 fore and aft, 5 on the main deck, and 1.5s on the decks extended, on the extended decks, which this is sort of a deck-wise it's AON, belt-wise it's not. Sort of a mix between the two. God, it's gotten colder in here. Conning tower 4-inch. Like, unlike Tortuga, whenever he does rule the waves, I don't care about my admirals much. So, Twitch chat. Seeing as I know you're here, should I go with 16s? Should I just go straight for the 16-inch guns, or should I do the 15s, or should I go with the tried and tested 14s? Please give me a response, Twitch chat. Please. Go to millimeters and 420s. Okay. 420 millimeters. Settings. General. Millimeter. Apply. Back. Close. 406. That. So you want 420s, right? So 420.2, so that would, right, let me just put settings back to my preferred setting of using inches, 16.5 inch guns. Okay, then above that there, centerline 16.5 inch superfire over that. Then the US Navy admirals would want my location with the setup I'm about to do, because they are going to ask how I've done it when they haven't been able to do it. 16 inch, well 16.5 in this case actually. ABXY. Seeing as I can't do ABQXY on this hull. Ah, the hood tower has appeared as the tower that we use in this thing. So if I move that there and then that there, oh, back slightly. Move that forward like that. What is available rear tower wise is this thing, which I could fit secondaries on, this thing which won't fit, this thing which won't fit, and then this thing which is old and outdated. This one's got the best stats. How about I move that back and then that back. Aesthetically, though, that doesn't look pleasing. Maybe I'm thinking go the compact tower and then move these back a bit. Hold on a second, Could I maybe fit another center line? No. Idiot idea to check, but could we fit a main caliber turret on top of that? No, not by 14-inch, 12-inch. Nah, I'm just gonna designate that tower for secondary guns, and yeah, I could actually move it back a bit and then move that back a bit. Hold on a second. Move this more forward and that more forward. Get this toolbar bit in here and then have a secondary gunfire over the top. So what, am I using 5-inch for the secondaries then? I have the dock size for over 130,000 tons. I can fit an over 59,000 ton battleship in. Easy. Actually, what guns are going to go there? 8. And then there is going to be fitted by 3-inch. And then, because single freeze there would probably be more realistic, single freeze. There would be twin freeze. Up there would be a twin as well. And because this is me, and most viewers here, considering the fact even as well, I know one of you here is a new, well, first-time chatter, don't know me enough. These 3-inch guns are 3.1-inch because I love using 3.1-inch guns. And yeah, I do know about the often better using smaller hulls, but I don't actually have the need to use a smaller hull when I already have dock size that can more than enough handle the ships I already have. But that one's larger, so I don't... I oiled... Force them as well. And reduce the beam a bit. Means I then have to spend less efficiency actually getting these to work. I'm still going to need to get an extra funnel in somewhere, but... Is that the... What, 3.1? Yeah, you're talking in millimeters. I always talk using inches because that's the way in naval warfare I was taught, inches, and it really makes it confusing for me when I have viewers who use millimeters instead of inches. And then very slightly move this stuff forward so then I can fit in the extra funnel. Yep, I can fit in the extra funnel there. So, yeah, back to the battleship here. Oh god, my taskbar's been locked. There we go. Right, so we've got the 6 teams, we've got the 8 there and then the 3s there. Now the secondaries everywhere else are going to consist of... I'm going to consist it of more 3s because it's a gun that's been handy for me this entire campaign and in previous campaigns before this one. So I'm going to keep with using the 3.1 inch guns, although just for aesthetic reasons, because I got the elevated guns here being singles, the elevated gun there is going to be singles. So is that one. Crew quarters standard, please. Now this is where possibly our remaining weight will go to. And if this goes over weight, I'm going to have to sacrifice some stuff. Range, 18,000 kilometers. It's the first of the sacrifices. I don't want to sacrifice speed because this is the full speed ahead campaign. Or, yeah, full speed ahead or full speed or nothing, or however the hell I properly refer it to these days. Campaign, and so... Hold on a second. Is this the hull where we can fit on top of turrets? No, it isn't, but we can fit on top of the superstructure some 2-inch guns, anti-destroyer guns. Right. Rangefinder. I've always used coincidence, so I'm going to use coincidence. I used to always use stereo for battleships and coincidence for smaller ships, but in this campaign, you need all the weight savings you can get to make sure that your ships can actually do the speeds you want them to do. So these guns are only going to be armoured to their caliber there. The top is only going to be 5-inch. The barbette, 12-inch, 8 there, 2-inch top there, barbette there, 4-inch will do. 16.5-inch guns there, 3.1s there. The 2's up there. Right. The armor-piercing shells are going to be nose fused because armor-piercing is mainly on our secondary guns. But, no, I mean high explosives. Sorry about that. Electro-hydraulic turrets, and this is already at the best we have. This is already done a lot better than the Latorios, which were the previous design I made, because this thing, I've gotten everything I wanted on it, and a bit more, and we're in weight. That's the most important bit. We are in weight. Could I maybe get 31 knots out of this then? Yeah, 32. 32 is a bit greedy. 31 knots. I can do this thing. Alright. Bit of leveling off is required. Yeah, I agree. 0.9 aft weight, that's 31.5. I say 31, actually, because I think we're even already at... We're already faster than my current battlecruiser class, so yeah, I'm gonna keep it at 31. We're not faster than the Drakes, which were even faster than the old battlecruisers, which are faster than the new battlecruisers, so Yeah. Only thing is, the name. The name is being changed. Now, I'm probably going to keep with the Italian name, an Italian-based name, but not this name. Hmm. I know exactly what I'm going to name this thing. I know exactly what I'm going to name this thing because, I've recently got into this band. And no, I didn't get into them because of the, Eurovision. I only found out they were a Eurovision band after I got into them. The Maneskin class. Well, make sure the M is capital. The Maneskin class, which, I'll give the designation to it, like BB, whatever, in a while. Well, like, after I set the construction and find out what number battleship they are. Right, back to Twitch. Well, if you're wondering, Twitch, why I named it after a band, the last British campaign I did, which was before the map was a world map, so that was how long ago I'd last did a British campaign, I had done that all major warships, so armoured cruiser / heavy cruiser upwards, had to be named after a band, and then songs or members of said band for the rest of that particular class. And although I'm not going to be doing songs or members of Maneskin after the Maneskin herself is built, I thought I would at least bring back some of that spirit with this class. Don't worry, whenever I'm Germany, I always name a battleship Halloween, and a battleship Rammstein, and recently a battleship Blind Guardian, but that's other news stuff. Right. First off, check how much of our tonnage we have left. We have about 150,000 tons we can capacity build. Alright, let me see the... We are going to have to wait to build more than 2 Maneskins. So, let's give the 2 we already have their designations, because of BB 23 and 24. So, BB 23, BB-23, and this one is, oh god, BB-24. Right. Research-wise, what are we focusing on right now? Again, I want to double check that. God. The usual problem with my hand is occurring again. It's something like a blocked nerve or something that's causing it. Hull construction, but no, I want to do armor forging because I want better armor layouts. Although a turbo-electric drive for now, focus on. build 6 coastal submarines and 6 coastal mine layers. They should be built for 6 turns. How is the invasion of Ethiopia going? Going well. In the territory we took off France while I was just on a turn blitz. Move on a turn. The Venetos are out of refitting. They only took a turn, so didn't really take much time, obviously. Oh, God. Our light cruisers are out of refits. The majority of our destroyers are out of rebuilding. Do you make Panzer Chiefs? Yes, I actually do love making Panzer Chief ships. When I get modern, mainly when I get modern cruisers, but I have on occasion done it with the armored cruiser hulls beforehand. I think I have it linked with my Twitch. I have a YouTube channel which, if you search through enough, you'll find an Austria-Hungary campaign, which the starting armoured cruisers I had there, which I absolutely loved that class, were originally built to be Panzer Chiefs. And they somehow survived well into the 1930s as modern warships. And that was like a 1910 start, I think. Like this campaign I've been running since 1900. I've been running it since 1900, and oh, did I actually tell you of an interesting French design I came up with when I was doing a French campaign? Because I did a whole bunch of French armoured cruisers, the Meuse Rivers, with 4 triple 11-inch guns, a whole host of 4-inch secondaries, and a very decent armour scheme for armour cruiser, and 42 knots top speed. And they absolutely wrecked any ship they encountered. Yeah, they obviously did take damage themselves because, although they were hard to hit, they weren't impossible to hit. Oh, Prussia is rebelling against Germany, I see. Our invasion in Ethiopia is going well. Okay, I'm going to build 2 more Maneskins and then leave the rest of the space for more refits. Yeah, rest the space for more refits, which would be the Giovanni's next. So the old Veneto design there goes. These 2 get their designation of BB 2526. Dash 25. Not 254. We haven't gotten to that number yet. And BB dash 26. Now, in actuality, these aren't 25 and 26, but they're of our surviving ships, 25 and 26. So yeah, the Raviolis are not the original battle cruisers that I made when I first got them. They have had the fate of the 4 ships in the class. 2 of them are no longer around. One got sunk in combat. The other has recently had the glorious tradition of being sunk as an artificial reef. in target practice. And then Monica and Pandora, the other two members of the class, got picked up by the Department of Naval Historical Preservation, which they have they have at least one of every ship class that we've had once it's been retired. Unless, of course, all members of said class have been sunk beforehand, but we haven't had that happen. But there's only been two classes of ship where more than one of their members were saved. The Veronas, which obviously were Monica and Pandora, as Verona was sunk in combat, and then the other one, which I forgot the name of, was sunk in target practice. Whereas the other one is the original. Oh god. Some viewers who've watched previous episodes of this would know the original Africanos, and the others would know the Africanos, the more modern ones. More modern Africanos, which I did earlier this episode, refit. But yeah, the original ship under this name here, the I refer as the Africano because it's the way to say it. And Montebello, for the original light cruise we had, were also picked up. I forgot entirely what ships of each class were picked up by the Department of Naval Historical Preservation, but I'll probably remember at some point. Right. So, yeah, nothing much here. Don't need more on the engines there. Advanced tunnels, maybe. Right, so last bit before we move on to the next turn is going to be the San Giovannis. The Giovannis are getting refit. Hello there. Welcome to another one of my streams. Yeah, we're just doing a whole bunch of refits. You missed the construction of our newest battleship, which brings back the battleships being 30 knots or above, with it being 31 knots, which is actually faster than our current battlecruiser class. As you probably might remember the Veronas. They're gone. They've been scrapped. And this is the San Giovannis, as you can see. They're being refit to upgraded stuff. 13 inches don't need upgrades. What needs upgrading is their secondary battery to 4-inch guns on the casemates. The Giovannis are going to get turbo-electric drive. They're going to get turbo-electric drive, yeah. Electro-hydro. Triple bottom. Reinforced bulkheads 2. Yeah, electro-hydro turrets, that's okay. That up your coincidence by 2 levels. Hydro, we're overweight. I didn't want to be like the average American. No offense to any Americans here, but it's just a stereotype. 23 knots! Amateur! Amateur! I've had 30 knots on pretty much all but the Littorio, so... Amateur numbers. Amateur numbers. Balance that. Standard the crew quarters, because we somewhat care about the commoners. Conning tower? How did the conning tower survive so long at such a high number? Maybe it's because it was built before I did the conning tower cannot be over a certain... Well, before I was like, we don't actually care about our admirals moment. 13-inch main belt. Yep. Two-turn refit for the Giovannis. I just saw the benefits of the reoccurring Twitch viewer here, who I still cannot pronounce the username of. I got it with coal-fired engines as well. Well, yeah, I had to use 3 funnels, but still. Anyway. But yeah, just for the benefit of the reoccurring viewer who I'm making fun of for his slow battleships, this is the Maniskin class, our newest battleship and the finest battleship made by Italian yards so far, which this design was, I'm going to say for jokes and also, yeah, I'm just going to say for jokes, Lamborghini decided that they had enough of making tractors and decided as a joke to submit a design of a battleship. Yes, Lamborghini made tractors before they started doing supercars. And they still do make tractors, evidenced by Clarkson's farm. Which I've only seen clippets of, and I know he's got one of those Lamborghini tractors. Loading world. That was close. I just noticed my Queen Mary model here almost fell off where it was on the desk. Stay there, RMS Queen Mary. Sorry about that. Loading world. You're using the American... Oh god, I wish you luck with that American hull. Yeah, I understand now. But yeah, I'm gonna say that Lamborghini made the Maniskin class, and as you weren't here for the design, you probably wouldn't know why I called the Maniskins the Maniskins. Although if you've been paying attention to, which I only found out recently, Eurovision of, I believe it was last year, you would probably know Maniskin. Like the actual band I named the ships after. The Giovanni's 1913 design, goodbye. The Anconas, and then the Drakes, they need refitting. So does Littorio. I'll do the Drakes next because of our major battleships, Vittorio, Venetos, I would say they're major ships, but thinking about it, they're our first dreadnoughts that we've just been keeping around for ages. The Drakes, they've lost their good looks. They've lost the good-looking turrets, and they've now got the absolutely shizer-looking turrets. Yet the Drakes already came equipped with 4-inch guns, so no need to change the 4-inch there. Although the 4-inch are going to be staggered out with some better anti-torpedo. Hold on a second. Could I actually fit barbettes on the side of this thing? No, this isn't like that. Other Italian hulls. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of follow the normal thing of like that the Italians historically did, of that we have guns that are a bit more dedicated towards mostly being anti-aircraft, although for this case it's only just I love 3.1-inch guns, and you're not having me get rid of 3.1-inch guns that easily. And then go to the 444s and move the 444s there. The Drakes have actually been doing well. Drake and Napoli actually had 2 streams ago or something like that had a massive naval engagement in which they wiped out an entire German fleet. But Drake was in the lead of the formation, and they had wiped out an entire German fleet consisting of 2 dreadnoughts, 2 pre-dreadnoughts, an armoured cruiser, a whole bunch of light cruisers, and a whole bunch of destroyers. Do I fit turbo-electric drives? Yeah. Better bulkhead reinforcement, better barbettes, triple the hull protection. I'm going to increase the range and lower her speed down a knot. Because having the Drakes at 33 knots was fun while it lasted, but to be honest, 32 would be the speed I'd have it at, and the battle cruisers will be the ones to focus on the faster speeds. I think that should be the way things go, instead of having the battleships focus on like the higher reaches of the 30 knots. Like, I would say the fastest I'll do a battleship is 32 knots from now on, and then battle cruisers, their minimum speed would be 32 knots. Yes, they were designed with chat, actually. And 1905 pre-dreadnought from 1893. Yeah, I had the luck that the pre-dreadnoughts weren't as ancient as yours, but they were still ancient. Especially considering the fact the battle happened in 1917, I think? 1917, and 1917 or 18, and they were built earliest was 1898. So a little less ancient, but still ancient. Let's see what we're researching again. Oh yeah, we're researching armor forging to try and get all or nothing, I think. Well, we have to get turtle back before we get all or nothing, but I want to get all or nothing because we're basically already doing all or nothing ships in most cases. We got 16-inch guns before the Brits. Okay, that's surprising. Well, then again, we have the budget to survive maxing out all the sliders that cost us stuff. Along with all our buildings and refits and stuff. So yeah, we are actually all fine. Still have 9-inch guns. Oh god. But if I were doing a battleship that would HE spam, I would put 9-inch guns, but hell, even for pre-dreadnoughts, I wouldn't use 9-inch guns. I would suffer penalties, of course, because they're Mark 1, but I would go with the 11 or 12s. And if I wanted to use 9-inch guns, that's what the armoured cruisers are for. Pretty much everyone I've been to war against, they've had more ships than me. Oh god. I'm just right now actually as well tempted to put music on to listen to, but Greece want a mana skin! Greece, we cannot give you a mana skin. No, we cannot give you a mana skin class battleship. We have the tonnage to do it, but I want the mana skins to myself for right now. Build 2 more. Oh god, we're well over tonnage. Well, we've increased the Giovanni's refit time, but who cares? As long as the Giovanni's are back by 1920, which they should be, then we're all good. Well, we complete the construction of the last of the light cruisers that we needed to have constructed. So, that's a positive. So our Sicily class is now entirely completed, which I've realised we could name ships after territories we've taken. Because they're part of the Italian Empire when they were, like, the nations or areas we name them after are under the Italian Empire when we had built them. So, oh god, it would anger the Hungarian Empire if we just come out with a battleship named Austria. Just rub it into the face of the Hungarian Empire that they can no longer call themselves the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Yeah, rub it in Hungary's face. But yeah, for those of you unaware, which I think even is the reoccurring viewer here because, were you here when I was at war with Austro-Hungary? Well, yeah, if you're unaware, I took over Austria during a war of Austro-Hungary I had. Portugal won a man... Everyone wants a piece of Maniskin right now. No! It's not my fault that your shipbuilding capacities cannot build your own ships. So, if you want to ship off us, you're not getting a Maniskin. Yet. But if you order off us something like a Drake or a Littorio, we won't mind. But, well, a Littorio. Drake's is one of those ships that, regardless, are staying in the Italian Navy only. Then we lose a war and someone takes a Drake off us. If that happens, then fuck, we're doomed. You could have been there. I don't remember. Or was it of the recurring viewers Robbo? Although he hasn't actually been here for a while. The Centre Party has yet again won the elections. Good for us. Portugal want 2 light cruisers. No. As they picked us at a time where we're doing our own ship modernizations. The Anconas... Well, get rid of the old Drakes. The Anconas are the last of our older battleships that need refitting. While the loading screen to load up the refit's happening, I'm going to take a bathroom break. Which, if any of you want to get like snacks or anything for the rest of the stream, I would do it now while I'm going to a bathroom break. Oh, yeah. Of course, it's reminds me that the Inconus hull is obsolete. Yeah, stop reminding me of that. The Inconas are fine. Right. Electrohydro steering. Better crop. Better barbettes. Yep, fine there. TNT2. Yep, everything's fine there. Standard shells, please. Coincidence. Hydro. Conning tower. Superstructure, I'll give a bit more. Help 2. 2, 1. That's all fine. Yep, everything there has been set up correctly. You're going to keep your 3.1s because, to be honest, this guy I don't see as worth fitting out to 4s, although of battleships, this is our most numerous, I believe. Yep, the encoders have had their refit. The raviolis, they're going to be fine because they know major enough that I must refit them. Advancements have happened since their construction. Littorios, there have been advancements that I need to fit into them, maybe. The Littorials are fitted off with a whole bunch of 5s though, so I'll wait till better 5-inch guns before we do the Littorios. Sitting at 12.5 billion? I'm not misreading that, I know. Oh, God. France? What's that nation? Wait, was it the nation that used to be west of us? But west and northwest of us, but... Wait. I'm trying to remember what France is now. There hasn't been a nation called France for nearly 20 years. Okay, all joking aside. Oh, you mean these guys? Yeah, I know. I know. I was just saying all I said as a joke because France economically collapsed in the first war I had, which was against them. So Thumbs up, I say. Anyway, how is... Oh, in the next 2 turns, Ethiopia will be ours. 1920 turns to... Well, February of 1920. January of 1920, I mean. Turns to February of 1920. Loading screens, we all up. The Japanese, almost 6 years later, are still building Shokai classes. I believe it's been 6 years since I first saw a Shokai class being built, and then said the story of why I fear any ship by the name of Shokai. Or Shokai, however you properly say it. Yeah, we're still building our dockyards up so that we can actually fit more ships in shipbuilding capacity. That's the only reason I'm building up dock size, because we could build over 140,000 ton ships already. How are our Caribbean holdings doing? The Caribbean fleet led by the battleship Pizza, BB-10, Guantanamo. Then there's our Panama Defense Force. Well, really our ships in San Juan should be our Panama Defense Force, but yeah, I'll move them into Panama. Which the Panama Canal is currently open to everyone because we aren't at war with anyone, but you never know how long that could last. And in March, Ethiopia is now under Italian rule. I'm now wondering if we actually did better than real life Italy, because didn't real life Italy try and take over Ethiopia while under Mussolini? I don't remember much. I only really researched the naval and air power side of like war stuff, and because of when I did my history GCSEs midway through last year, I had to know the events of Germany in the interwar period. And we only just got Ethiopia, and it's like, oh yeah, now Sudan. We want to attack Sudan. Okay. Okay, if you're sure on that front. Oil discovery in Morocco. Ethiopia has been conquered, and Sudan's leadership has been considered a threat by us, and so we are attacking with a force less than theirs. We're knocking on the Egyptians' door. Do we have ships that we're building for Egypt? No, we got ships we're building for Portugal. I can put more of the Ancona. Oh yeah, get rid of the 1913 Ancona design. Could I maybe blitz in all the last of the class? Yeah, why not? Taking a slight bit longer, a turn longer, that is, but wait, Britain still has control of Australia in your campaign? Well done on that one. Well done on that one. Because of my start year, they don't have control of Australia. Because Australia is an independent nation. Independent of the Brits. Yeah. You know what, no, I'm not bothered to try and tune that off by ear right now. Just to place that back there. And hopefully the Dutch courage does not fall and have a headstock break. The Empire of Japan is behind it all. No, Portugal, we're not giving you more destroyers. If you want more destroyers, then go to someone else, please. Actually, if you want more ships, go to someone else. Go to someone else. Someone who has more care for you. What are the Nembos? Like, what design are they? They're that one, so I'll keep the Nembos for myself, actually. Keep the Nembos for myself, and you guys can go find someone else to build your ships. And let me guess, you're gonna death stack a fleet off Australia and death stack a fleet off Australia and force the Australians under your rule by naval invading. Excuse me. Oh, the Americans are laying down more of their D class. Good thing I didn't fight the Americans when they had 319 ships. Good thing I only fought them when they had like 150 or something like that. Or no, like 200 something ships. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't fight the Americans. Because if I... well, didn't fight the Americans later than I did, I should say. Because if I did, then I wouldn't have thought our victory would have been as easy as it was against the Americans. Well, it wasn't easy. We did lose 2 ships. I think it was. Yeah, we lost 2 ships, had a badly damaged ship, and... News time, children! Reports have come in that the Italian Empire are invading ungoverned territory, the ungoverned territorial area that used to be southern France. Yeah, we are taking over southern France, it seems. And it seems we are also having our takeover of Sudan be happening as well. Yep, one turn those refits are done, and then all ship building will go back to normal speeds. I just got a stand model here that always wants to try and Japan Air 123 itself, and I've just had to fix the tail back on again because this tail here comes off easily. And yeah, I've now just Japan Air 123'd it. Put that back on, just place it back on its stand. No, I'll place it back on its stand later. There was also one instance as well which I had to actually glue back on engine 1 to that model after engine 1 American 191'd itself. What about the children? Are you going to leave the children alone? I never really actually checked how aerodynamic model airplanes are, or how they would work as hand gliders. I'm not going to try it with this one because too many just for sort of sentimental reasons. Is that was gotten by that model was gotten for me by a family friend who very recently passed away, but I'm not going to go any further into that one, but yeah. Then how are you going to make sure that there's men, or women, and both actually, to defend Australia when you in turn get invaded eventually? Because surely you're not going to have enough criminals in America to send them to Australia to, obviously, the extent that we did with Britain to have Australia have the population it does today. Okay, then how are you going to defend your homeland? Oh God. God, I'm finding this funny. I don't know why, I'm just finding this funny. Oh, they're laying down more shokais, it seems. No, we're not giving you a destroyer. Okay, we have that much tonnage left. How long till our mana skins come out? 20 turns! Basically 2 years. Okay. 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 We can reduce the construction time slightly. Bigger heavy cruisers in a turn as well. So in July we go. And let's see how our invasion of former Southern France and Sudan are going. Please do not mention that anything from that world leader again, please. Because I like joking around and everything, but I don't like actual political stuff. There is a current problem being and current things being mentioned. Like we can joke about the stuff that happened like 70, 80 years ago and stuff like that. Well, in this case, actually, this time period, 100 years ago, but nothing like 21st century-ish, because that stuff has had enough of an effect that it could still be... Well, actually, quite a lot of political stuff from back then could also still be touchy subjects now as well, so, actually... oh god, I'm... oh god. We're actually doing well in our invasion of what was formerly France. We're also doing well in our invasion of Sudan as well. So... how are we on research? That hull construction is completed. Controlled stations, advanced towers. Okay. Or just leave everything to go naturally. Leave everything to go naturally for right now. And why are Germany sending ships into the Black Sea? Right. I want to start the seeds of war between us and the Brits. Increase tension with the British. Please. We need to reduce our own unrest, actually. I've just realised that. Well, our capture of Southern France is actually doing well. If we capture Southern France, then we actually have 3 more Mediterranean ports. Yeah, 3 more Mediterranean ports. With capacity, that's a good amount in each of them. Which means more ships could be built as well, because it would increase our shipyard capacities, because Marseille, Toulon and Nice have shipbuilding capacity in them already. So thumbs up on that front as well. Yeah, America is laying down more of the D class, but at the Haggard class. They want Nembo class. No. Greece! You've given us lesser it than last time. Right, BB 27 and 28 need their designations. 27 and 28 need their designations, so there and 28 there. Then this guy, I have 28 months to decide whether or not I want to keep him or not. Well, we will have the Maniskins in service 10 months before the Greeks even get theirs. Yeah, Greek. We are going to make an exception for you. You're going to have the only Maniskin to be sold into foreign service. Sooner or later, you'll be He-Man woman hater. Right. Well, I just had a notification pop up on here. My lecturers got back to me on how my so far music work done is. Yeah, for those of you unaware, I'm a music student as well as Twitch streamer. Yeah, our invasions of both of these places are actually going well. September to October. Well, the only thing you've missed is that I have broke a tradition thing, and I have decided that Greek will have an Maniskin class battleship built for them. because technically I owe Greek 2 ships because I sunk 2 of their ships when I was fighting Austria-Hungary. So in a technicality, I could give them the mana skin and be fine. %61 there, 45% there. Build bigger sizes so then we can actually shipyard capacity ourselves to the maximum. Focus there. Please. October goes to November. And our building of ships is progressing a little further. I think maybe what I do turn we get better 5-inch guns is then just blitz focus on getting modern cruisers. Like, just put the research to cruisers and just dedicate ourselves to getting modern cruisers. That might be the way to go. And I need to take another bathroom break. I'll be back shortly. I have made a return just in time to see that Japan have got damaged ships. Didn't really need to know that. What I want to see is 68 there, 55 there. Yeah, we're doing good. Research 2 turns of about 5-inch guns and then fully focus on cruisers. So yeah, these next 2 turns is just really going to be nothing much, just 2 turns of pressing next turn, and then we move on to getting modern cruisers. I like we started the stream with over 7 billion, now we're at 4. Yeah, France collapsed ages ago. France collapsed at the very start of the campaign, basically. And also, welcome back to the stream, well, any of my streams, I should say. But yeah, France have been a non-entity since 1902, I think. Almost 20 years. And I'm taking over right now what was formerly southern France, but is ungoverned territory right now, and we decided, yeah, we'll take it over. We were also taking over Sudan down here. We took over Ethiopia as well. So we could easily, if a war with Britain, just with these three nations here, attack British Somaliland, as well as also with our presence in the Mediterranean already, we can take Malta, Cyprus, and Gibraltar if we go to war with Britain, which I want to do. So, yeah. Increase tension with the British, please. Also, you missed me building some awesome new battleships called the Maniskin class. Yeah, I destroyed France. It kind of helped that I got into a massive alliance with Germany, Britain, and Japan as well. Which, that alliance then helped me in the war with everyone's least favourite nation to the east. Considering the fact I own all the Black Sea but Crimea. Well, okay, admittedly, Austria-Hungary originally took Ukraine, and I took Ukraine off Austria-Hungary, but still. But yeah, not much this turn, so move into the next turn. Refusing to give up, that's what Germany was like, which, I had to blitz the peace treaty button because I didn't want Germany to collapse economically, because it would suck as that would be one less nation, but also then I wouldn't have gotten anything from a peace treaty. And there would have been less chance of me getting the German mainland eventually. Or German Africa. Or any African holdings of Germany. But then again, due to a random event, I am taking over part of mainland France, so... positives. Positives. Although they should do it, that, the ships that the major nation that became an ungoverned nation had stay with the ungoverned nation, but they'd get no new ships, obviously. $71 there, 86 there. Yeah, they're soon going to be under our control. The Brits hate us, woohoo, that's great. And I'm not saying that sarcastically. I want to go to war with Britain in this game. And as I said, cruiser design is what we focus on. February brings us not much, probably. And I'm losing time there. I'm doing that as a sort of timekeeping exercise that would help in practicing for not only my band stuff, but other stuff as well. Losing more. Yeah, it's probably not going to be long they have left. They finally gave up! Okay. Tell me what you get from them. Don't, UAD. Yeah, yeah. China's lost transports. 79 there. 94 there. Next turn we'll have Sudan. Please be modern cruisers, please be modern cruisers, please be modern new battle cruisers. Not what I wanted, but it's going to be a thing that it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. New battle cruisers, new battle cruisers, new battle cruisers. I love battle cruisers. If you haven't told already, I wish that battle cruiser number was more, but you took Pacific Holdings. Yeah, in this campaign, Pacific Holdings aren't really what I want. In this campaign, Pacific Holdings is... Oh, God. We're going to have a repeat of the Spanish Pacific... No, I'm not Spanish... I mean the Italian Pacific Fleet of the last campaign. If you're wondering what I mean by that, well, you're going to have to search my YouTube channel and refer to that last campaign. I really should, on my YouTube channel, set up playlists and everything. And Sudan is now under Italian rule. Southern France, 2 turns away from it as well. So, woohoo on that. Another turn, larger destroyers. Oh, the Japanese have got super heavy shells now. Now all they need is 18-inch guns and then they can make a Yamato. 18-inch guns and the hull and they can make a Yamato. Hopefully they don't get any of those. Yet. Well, considering the fact that we are one of the nation, we are ahead in quite a lot of the stuff. Main guns especially. Well, include I should say, not especially. Us, it's engine tech especially that we are ahead on. Speaking of engine tech, I want to try and get diesels at some point. Well, we lost more ships in terms of percentage of the fleet, lost more ships than the Russian 2nd Pacific Squadron. but we had a more effectiveness before we lost all but one ship of that fleet. As we took out a Russian force and a Chinese force, but then a lot of my ships were then stuck in Saipan, which was my only Pacific holding at the time, because I took that off of someone instead of taking the Philippines. It was Spain, by the way. And so, yeah, I then, because of damage reasons, only had one ship survive. That was the armoured cruiser Pizza, and then had to send it across the world, across the Pacific, across the Atlantic. It ended up in Santa Cruz, where then we declared war on France, then Britain and Germany, and ended up having to be run aground, then haphazardly towed back to Italy and rebuilt, whilst being the only ship that was under construction that had survived that horrible peace treaty. But then again, I'd already grown attached to the Pizza after that, and that ship lasted the rest of the campaign A-OK. April turns to May. All your forward main battery? That actually reminds me of one of the Panzerschief armoured cruisers I made as Austro-Hungary. As one battle, it got hit by a torpedo. The forward turret of the two turrets had flashed almost immediately alongside the secondaries, and somehow the ship survived that battle. And I should say, overall, that was the first ever time I had seen a ship survive a flash fire. And because of that, I had named the ship after what is Hungarian for survivor. That I was able to translate survivor, find out what survivor was in Hungarian, and then rename the ship that. So they either have small armoured cruisers, or you focused really heavily on light cruisers that you already have modern cruisers at your time period. One of the two. What? Question for chat. What is the earliest time you've gotten modern cruisers? 1911. But what is the earliest time in your plane of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts you got modern cruisers? Me, it's 1911. And we have some in France! We can now build another few 100,000 tons of ships. And our dock capacity has gone skyrocketing up. And we have modern cruisers as well, which then would nicely have the stream end off with us doing shipbuilding. Ship designs and more buildings. But yeah, we've taken over a part of France. I mean Eastern Italy. East Italy. We have now got East Italy. No, West Italy, I mean, not East Italy. East Italy is what was Austria. The Hungarian Empire are mad at it. We have West Italy now. You normally do 1930 or 1920. You're missing out, mate. Well, in one of the recent patches, I actually saw they've now made it that anyone from 1900 onwards starts that the Philippines is under American control, I think it was, or something like that. Although my campaign obviously started long before that was implemented, so... Mexico has oil! So, yeah, we're going to have a few new designs come out now. New design. A new battle cruiser, a new light cruiser design, and a new battle cruiser. Or hold off on the battle cruiser. Hold off on the battle cruiser. Hold off on the battle cruiser. We will do a new we'll do a new heavy cruiser and we'll do a new light cruiser. And I could actually call it a heavy cruiser now because we have the heavy cruiser hull. Shows a tower, of course, but it's the heavy cruiser hull. Now, our main caliber for this thing is going to be as you could tell, 11-inch guns. 30 knots will do well for these guys. And then Q turret, because I love Q turrets. You're not stopping me from having a Q turret. Stopping me from having a Q turret will be resultant in you being banned from Twitch. Well, this Twitch channel, I should say. Unless you could give me a logical reason for not using a Q turret. Well, 1890 starts, you actually don't need to worry much if your ships are absolutely shizer. That's all I see with the 1890 start, different from any others. Oh, we're aft weighted quite a bit. Well, there's the moving the tower forward. And the moving of the gun forward a slight bit more. And moving of our Q turret forward. And moving of that forward a bit more. Use the steam turbine as special electric modes to convert machinery. mechanical energy into powerful drive shafts instead of a much heavier complex gearbox. Additionally, a portion of the mechanical energy is effectively stored to electrical generators to power vital ship, such as pumping systems, turret rotation, and various functions that demand electrical supply. Right, yeah. Anti-torpedo free, triple bottom, citadel free, anti-flood free, electro-hydro turrets, HUDs reloading, TNT 2, 2 powder, coincidence, 8-inch belt, free, well no actually 2, no, 2, 1, 1, 4, and then 0.5 there. Hydro acoustics and advancements there. Oh, because it's me, 3.1-inch guns, please. Thank you. Thank you kindly. There we go. Yep, there we go. Armoured cruisers. Well, the heavy cruisers, I mean, not armoured cruisers. We're getting rid of the armoured cruisers entirely. Which I will start that as soon as I finish the construction of these guys, because these guys' construction began first. Sixes, 6, 6, 6. The number of the beast. Actually, if I move these back a bit, I'm going to do a standard thing I have done with the beginning. Make sure it's on the center line though. Oh, and 6.1 as well, just to make sure that we are doing this right. And you probably all might recognize this as the sort of Mogami layout. And you'd be correct. You'd be correct because it is. And I'm doing it on both ends, both ways. Don't we already have a Montebello? I swear we do. We already have a Montebello. We're gonna have to name change this thing. The original San Giovanni got sunk, so so these guys will take up the mantle of the new San Giovannis. Secondaries, single freeze. But single free 0.1s, because it's me we're talking about, obviously. 3.1s are nothing. Why such an aft-way offset? Get rid of that. Yes! Torpedoes everywhere. Torpedoes everywhere. Oh, leaving the rear there. Yeah. Yeah, and then on a small barbette goes our other 6-inch gun, or no, on a small barbette will go a 3.1-inch gun as a sort of, yeah, that's our stern firing gun covered. Yeah, that's our stern firing gun covered. No. No. The torpedoes will just be moved closer together on the stern there. No armor on the barbettes. Better. Well, you learned your lesson, hopefully. How many times do I have to learn my lesson before I learn my lesson? No. Somebody help me, please tell me that I'm dreaming. I keep repeating my actions, expecting different actions, but the same keeps on happening. I've been blissful and ignorant. I thought you said would take our time. Do I always so? It's like I try and survive. A way to build a hole inside of me. But I can't. better chance fitting that if it's a twin tube? Yes. Back to the triple tubes. Nah, better chance fitting there if it's a twin, so twin and back to triple. Yep. Oh. Better shafts, better auxiliaries. I need to do the armor stuff here. That's why it's an offset. Yep. I would not like to be any capital ship that encounters these guys. Right, and then the aft area of the ship, because of weight distribution reasons, we'll get a reduction in their deck protection. Yep. That's a lot of torpedoes. Oh, God, I need to set the shells and guns. Yep. And then base use of the high explosives. Standard ratio. Viewers, I introduce to you the best light cruiser for killing capital ships. The San Giovannis. And then, do we do a battle cruiser? Do we do a battle cruiser? Don't hold back on a battle cruiser for right now. We'll leave it with our armored cruiser and our torpedo-heavy light cruiser. Loading world. Loading world. World. Loading. Loading world. screens, we all hate loading screens. They should just be destroyed entirely. But technology isn't as great for that yet. So we still have to deal with loading screens. Oh, it's done. Thank God. Okay, so we have a couple of 100,000 tons of 20 of those, please. That was too much. 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 Stromboli downwards. I'm sorry. Good day. Still too much. Kataro. One I cannot pronounce, and then you. Good day. Okay, how many of the light cruisers are we building? No, I should have... World map. World map. Don't! Processor unit, hold on there! Hang in there, processor. Hang in there. World map. Building 12. If I actually get rid of 2 more of them, Minerva and Monzabano, because we've already got ships under those names, don't we? Yeah, we do. All those will get their designations later, but for the heavy cruisers we can only build 3 of them right now, can we? Not even that. Only 2. And our old armoured cruisers, which at the start of the stream got refitted. Well, no, they didn't get refit. They got their designs got erased from history. Have gone. Half the remaining ones, 1 from each class, were scrapped, and the other 2 were taken up by the Department of Naval Historical Preservation. Oh God, yeah. They always get the last say in what ships actually get saved or not. Yeah, and we move on another turn. And this is actually going to be the end of the stream, viewers. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Sound service going silent.